What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It is Saturday. Just your average Joe hanging out. Just got back from yard sailing. Didn't have a good day yard sailing today either. So if you were with me yesterday for the 301 treasures, the 301 treasure, the 301 endless yard sale, didn't do too well there either. But also just not a good day yard sailing today. But I'm gonna go over, show you guys some things that I picked up. Nothing major, so you're not gonna be shocked. Or wowed or anything. And also going to go over some comments. So that'll be the new thing we do now is go over comments. So again, my name is Joe, just your average Joe. I've been reselling on eBay full time for about 8 years now, but I've been selling on eBay since 2000. So it's been a while, been around the block a few times, been through the ringer from a lot of different situations that I've been through on eBay. I'll just say that. So I'm familiar with how it all works, and it can be kind of crazy sometimes, but definitely appreciate y'all hanging out. Let's go over some of these comments real quick. I had like 5 comments on the video from yesterday. Full Metal Jacket, Winston, which I think Winston was, if I remember correctly, Winston, you were the one that had mentioned about the margins being tight, which if you had saw my video, well, I guess you did see my video yesterday. Yeah, margins are tight, man. If you go up to like that, those endless yard sales, 100-mile yard sales, those that's tough to make profits, to make margins there, that's for sure. But yes, Full Metal Jacket is exactly where that's from. Love you long time. Andy, yes, was there. You did say you did ask me, sell me my GoPro, and asked about the channel, and I appreciate you subbing. I told you I'd sub when I ran into you, asked you about your channel. I do appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate the sub. Hopefully you enjoy the channel. I'm probably not going to wow you with anything, but we just kind of BS, hang out, talk about some sales, talk about eBay a little bit, and you know, I'm just your average Joe, man. This is what I do. So for any of y'all that are new hanging out, this, again, it's all raw, unedited. I don't really do a lot of editing because although I am planning on editing my footage from my GoPro at some point, so to be continued as far as that goes. I got a new computer a while back because long story short, when I was doing editing, when I first started this channel, I don't know what the heck I'm doing when it comes to editing, but the little bit that I did do took forever, mainly because my computer was so trash. It was so slow. It would take forever just to do a snippet and anyway, it was bad. So since then, I've got a new computer. Like 2 months ago, I built myself a computer because it was just time, and I just finally splurged, and it wasn't for video taking. It was actually for my YouTube. I do sports memorabilia on Facebook Live, so it was mainly for that because my old computer, this computer actually right here, was bogging down way too much during live. So I ended up building a computer. Long story short, my plan is to eventually download the editing software that I had before and start doing some video editing again. That computer should be able to handle it no problem, which would speed it up. I just haven't had a chance to just sit and do it, partly because I'm not really motivated to, and I'm not looking forward to it. So it's, you know how those things go. They end up then going on the back burner. But I do the raw unedited. I can do this all day. And a lot of my footage will probably just be snippeted together because I'm not a good editor, and I'm not very creative either when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, do appreciate you once again, Andy, and anyone else. I've seen we got quite a few new subscribers in the past week since I jumped back on. I was on vacation for like 10 days, so I didn't do any videos, which I just watched. I forget who it was. And they actually had a great idea. They just went on vacation. It's the husband and wife. I always forget Shed Flips, I think it is. I always forget their channel, but I watch them pretty regularly. And I always forget their names. Lonnie and I forget. Anyway, drop a comment and help me out, guys. But they're on vacation, and they said that they actually pre-record videos to post while they're on vacation, and then they try to do like something while they're on vacation too. So that's what they did. So I probably need to do that next time I go, because the next vacation I'm taking is like 12 days. So that's going to be a long gap of no videos. So anyway, so yeah. But anyway, welcome to folks that are new. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Kurt says, yo, average Joe. I always stay away from the big community sales and big promoted sales like the 100-mile yard sales. Too much competition, and it's usually the same people Same shit inventory from previous years. I like just freestyling back less populated back. I like just freestyling back less populated areas. That's how I smack. I like it, man. That's you hey, this same. I agree with that. So Kurt, yes. Kurt's been around. I think you've commented before, Kurt, as well. I'm starting to try to do better. Remember who's who when you guys are commenting. Up to Roanoke Rapids, says Walton. Also met you in the subdivision. I'm Smithfield today. Met me in the subdivision. Yeah, okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you hanging out, and I appreciate you subbing as well. If you did a subscribe, that'd be great. If you haven't, make sure you do. But hey, well, Walton, I think, yeah, the subdivision. I don't know. There were so many subdivisions. I'm kind of drawing a little bit of a blank, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I had a couple subdivisions people asked me about the channel. But anyway, Walton, I appreciate you hanging out and commenting. It goes all the way to Roanoke Rapids. I thought it was Weldon. That doesn't surprise me, though. Roanoke Rapids. It goes way north. I stopped at Four Oaks. I didn't go too far north. It was about an hour and 15 minutes from my house at that point. So I was like, that's about it. So I stopped at Four Oaks. Actually, just past Four Oaks is where I stopped, and then turned around and came back. But like I said, I just, you know, you're not wrong. Like Kurt said, it is a lot of the same junk. I have seen a lot of the same stuff. Tools, I'm not into tools. Lots of tools. I mean, I mentioned a lot of that stuff yesterday. Lots of like older vintage, older antique tools, glassware, clothes. If any of that stuff's up your alley, man, you're gonna be a hog in heaven, man. So like my mom used to say, pig and shit. So yeah, but for what I look for, it just wasn't, you know, it either A, already got picked, or B, they just didn't have it, which I'm leaning more toward B. They just didn't have a lot of stuff I look for, which is fine. You know, today I went yard sailing, didn't get a whole lot either. Hopefully y'all sales are going well, or your yard sailings or your picking has been going well, because my last 2 days have been terrible. I mean, not terrible, but you'll see. Let me show you. Let's do that, because that's what this video is for. We're not going over sales today, so no sales today. I mean, I've got sales, but we'll go over all the sales on Monday for everything that sold between Friday and now. I think now I'm up to like 4 items at, I don't know, $200-300 or something. I don't know where I'm at. But anyway, I wanted to touch on these comments and actually put down replied live on these, so you guys can check it out. Replied live. Oh, and actually, let me reply that to everybody. I think we had one. I had one more comment by. I'm just putting replied live on all the video, on all the comments, and so you guys can. It's because I'm replying live on this video. Hopefully, sorry about the sun. If it's all up in your, sorry about that. I did have somebody else comment too. I think it was on the last video. Was it this one? About. My name's Joe. I've been reselling for. Yeah. So Justin Little. Thanks for sharing. An experiment for next time you go on holidays. So next time I go on vacation, Justin, it sounds like you might be possibly from like not the United States, and most people don't say that. Most either Europe or like Australia, maybe. Let me know where you're from, because I mean, you might be from the States, I don't know, but most people don't say next time you go on holiday. That's a European thing, I want to say, or like Australia. But anyway, an experiment for next time you're on holiday. Time schedule some listings to list something each day you're away. Fair. However, the caveat to that, Justin, is those items then don't go on vacation mode or time away mode. So if those items sell while they're being listed, then I have to pack and ship those within 24 hours, unless I do shipping like 7 days out or something like that while I'm on vacation. Because anything that lists while you're on vacation doesn't fall under your time away. You would have to go in and put a time away on that item. Which I don't know if that's, anyway, so that I don't know how well that'll work, but let's hold that thought, because we'll keep going. Let's see. if you can do each category, you're in, then it also may work out better. So okay, got it. The experiment will show if new listings feed traffic to older listings. Okay, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can try it, but I guess where I'm stuck is any new item I put up while I'm on time away mode doesn't fall under the time away mode. So if they happen to buy that, then I have to ship that while I'm on vacation, if that makes sense, unless I'm missing something. So let me know, drop a comment. But I'm also going to reply to this that I replied live as well. I think that was the last comment that we had that I had not touched on. Answered live. All right, so let's go ahead and go over. Let me know what y'all think as far as. Oh, battery's low, 10%. Yeah, this won't take too long because I don't have a lot of stuff. So how about that? So y'all can come with me. Come with me. So there's that. Hey, how y'all doing? If you don't know, there's my clothes rack. There's my computer. There's all that. More clothes. Yep. Anyway, so you can kind of get a little back end, see how this stuff works, or what I've got all back here. So my processing table. There's my processing table and bins. This is most of those bins are empty. I think there's 2 bins that still have some stuff in them I got to get through at some point. But as you can see, I'm getting more clothes in that on the top bin. That's all this year's yard sale stuff that I hate clothes. Somebody replied and said they hate clothes too. I forget who it was. I hate clothes, man. But they sell, but I just hate listing them. I gotta take a bunch of pictures and get them on my phone like I did before and get them up eventually. That's the best way for me to do clothes, to each his own. When it comes to clothes, what I do is I'll just do a mass like picture thing. Is that a piece of grass coming out here? Are you kidding me? Sure is. Well, that's weird. That's weird. All right. So what I normally do is I do a mass. I'll just sit in my living room and I'll just put them on the ground, one by one. Pictures, tons of pictures. Next one, tons of pictures. Next one, tons of pictures. And then I'll have like 30 items in my phone. And then during downtime, gymnastics for my daughter, whatever that I end up doing where I'm just like sitting around, I'll then list them. So that's, for me, when it comes to clothes, the easiest way for me to do it. So clothes are just another animal. You gotta be really particular with clothes and condition, blemishes, holes, stains, things like that. People are really particular about clothes. So I just have to, and then finding the clothes and researching and finding what you have, for me, just takes a lot longer, than anything else, it feels like. So I just don't like clothes, but they sell, so I pick them up. So anyway, starting off, so this is, I'll start off with the stuff I picked up at 301 sales. So the only thing that's not here is those Ratchet and Clanks that I mentioned. I picked up 5 Ratchet and Clank games. It was $20 for 5 of them. They average about 15 a piece. So what is that? 30, 60, about 70, $75, give or take. I ended up keeping 4 of them. So I'm not even going to include that because I'll sell one for like 15, which is almost going to make me up my $20. But anyway, we're not going to count that at all. We're just not going to include that. So this is the first thing we'll cover. So this is that Mole Army issue with the brackets. It's got the plastic bracket on it too. So the rucksack, basically, it is Army issue. It's got all the little attachments on the back of it and stuff like that, or at least some of them. I think this adjusts up and down, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but for $10, I was like, you can't go wrong for $10. So there's that. Again, these are just the things I picked up at the Endless Yard Sale. A Panthers hat, and the only reason I picked it up is there's some cords I wanted, HDMI cord and mini HDMIs that I needed. And so I picked up the hat and was like, hey, how much for the hat? And she was like, $5. I was like, all right. I was like, instead of beating you down on it at all, would you include these cables? And she was like, sure. So it's this little strategy that I do sometimes because cables, sometimes people charge stupid prices. And then other times people think cables are just, nothing, and they really are nothing most of the time. I mean, especially micro HDMI's and not micro uh, not the micro edge, the micro. Anyway, the small little charger ones, not but they came before the Type C. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. And then HDMI. So I picked up like 3 or 4 cables. I think it was 3 of those, and then an HDMI. So anyway, I'll resell the hat for like $10. Nothing crazy. Vera Bradley, whatever she's called, with the wallet. So last time I sold one of these with the wallet, it's always better with the wallet. So that's why I picked this up. It's $2. I'd imagine, I didn't look it up. I don't, just like if y'all been with me before, I don't look stuff up very often on the fly. I kind of just have a hunch, intuition, and or I've sold them before and kind of know. So I'd imagine $30-ish with the wallet, maybe 40. I could be wrong, but somewhere in that 30-ish range. So for $2, I was like, sold. And again, this is just the endless yard sale. Again, wasn't a ton of stuff. This was marked at make an offer. Out of a 2017 Ford F-150, they had it as make an offer, and I was like, I just sold 2 of these. I picked a pair up last yard sale season and sold each individually for about $100. So I was like, $5. She was like, sold. I was like, too easy. So there you go. Not you know. And again, it may not sell for 100. I didn't. I think the ones I had before was 17 as well. Actually, now that I think about it. But it is OEM factory. It's got the Ford emblems all over it. Nothing looks broke on it or anything like that. It looks in good condition, so the seal's on it. But anyway, so I figure at least $70. So there you go. I might even be able to get the 100 out of it again. I don't even know why I picked these up. I was picking and rummaging through a cordage, and I found this in the cordage. They're probably expired, but they're in the box and sealed. I'm sure they're expired, but even expired ink cartridges sometimes will still sell. I've sold expired ones before. They're sealed, so they may or may not be anything, but I think I got them in a bundle for $20. And I think the bundle was this, a TI-83, which you know, it looks in decent shape. I don't think it had corrosion in the batteries, so I was like, okay, I'll go with it. They only resell for like $20, 15, 20. So it was this charger for Sony, which I literally just bought this one. It's a proprietary Sony plug on there, and I just bought one for $20 myself for a camera that I had, and it was like, well, dang, well, there you go. So this should get $15 back just for this. And then let's see, it was the controller. So this is all $20. This is all one deal with one guy. I don't think I got it on camera. A phone, which I don't think this is again, phones are hit and miss too. This is probably $20. It's pretty minty, but I'd imagine 15 or $20 for the phone. Believe it or not. And then a VCR DVD combo, Magnavox. There you go, Magnavox VCR DVD combo. He said it worked. I said to myself, yeah, right. You don't know if it works. You can just tell. The guy's stuff was just, I mean, his stuff, it was just janky. All of his stuff was janky. But this is some of the stuff I picked out of his stuff. So when I brought it all to him, I was like, how much? So it was the VCR, the controller, the phone, the TI-83, the 2 ink cartridges, and the Sony charger. You know, I was like, hey, we just take $20 for all of it. He said, sure. So yeah, I don't think you can go wrong there. If the VCR DVD combo works, that is probably like $60 just for that. The phone's probably 15. The TI-83 is 15. The ink cartridges, don't know, but might be $10 a piece. I could be surprised, and they're $30 a piece. I mean, I don't know. Or they may not sell for anything because they may just be too old. So, and then the controller is just an extra for me to use for a system in case, because I think I only have one extra PS2 controller at the moment. So it's nice to have a couple extra controllers when you come across systems. In fact, I just lost a deal. They sold it out from under me on Marketplace. Pissed me off. I had a deal with a guy for 2 PlayStation 2s that had nothing with them except the cords, the power and the AV, and that was it. So that was my also thought process on getting that was like, okay, well, later yesterday I was supposed to meet that guy and do the deals, $35 for both of them. He said they both worked. Even if they didn't, it broke even, because they sell for about $40 parts and repair, $30 parts and repair. So I still would have at least, made a buck, broke even at least, or whatever. But they ended up updating the post saying sold. So I was like, what? I messaged him, was like, oh, so I guess we're not meeting later? And he was like, oh no, I'm sorry, man. I was like, I ended up selling it to someone else. Oh, okay. I can be petty and give him shit feedback. I was just like, whatever, man, keep it moving. I was busy anyway, and I was like, it saves me a trip out to, it was out past Stedman. It was further, way further out. So it would have taken me a good about 40 minutes from where I was at the 301 sale to hit him, and then it would have taken me about an hour and a half to get back to my house. So it worked out either way. It would have been nice to get them though, because they sell for me for about $120 a piece. So for $35, you can't go wrong. And I had controllers to go with it, and I've got games to go with it to bundle it and all that. But you win some, you lose some. But anyway, $20 for that. I don't think that was too bad. Again, $5 for the hat, $5 for the light, $2 for the purse, $10 for the rucksack, and then these two. This Bear cold weather overalls. Lady was like, my husband wore them like twice, and I was like, yeah, it looks like it. They look brand new, basically. So the Bear overalls. Anyway, big old suspender overalls. These things are like heavy. This thing is heavy. Cold weather. It was this one and then a purple set. I think this is female, or women's, if I'm not mistaken. So, and this one looks brand new too. Looks brand spanking new. So, Bear overalls. I've sold them before. I don't remember exactly what they sell for, but the lady wanted, if I remember correctly, $30 for the pair. I'm pretty sure I can sell the men's for like $50 to $60 just for the men's. And then the women's one, I think, will catch another maybe $40 or so. So that's that. So again, not a terrible day. I think when it's all said and done, I'll do a little bit better than I thought I did. But that's that. So that's what I got yesterday at the 301 Endless 301 sale. Today didn't do very good today. I only got a handful of things today. So the first thing I got today was it was bad. I only went to like 8 sales today too. It felt like there wasn't a ton of yard sales in my town, or I'm starting to think Marketplace is not liking me very much, because it seems like the same stuff keeps populating and I'm not getting new stuff pop up. So I'm almost feeling like maybe I'm not seeing all the yard sales that are on Marketplace. I do also use yardsale.org or .net. So anyway, but I only went to like 7 sales, and then maybe like another 5. So 7 were scheduled, and then I probably stopped off on the way at like 5 other ones that I happened to see a sign for, and then pulled off the beaten track. I do all my yard sales on MapQuest, really, Google Maps, and I map myself, try to make myself like a circle, ish, as best you can. And then obviously whenever a track that I'm on to the next location, on my GPS, if I happen to see another sale sign, I'll pull off. But anyway, this is a Calvin Klein women's hoodie jacket, really nice. It looks brand new also. Calvin Klein, so $5. I was like, can't go wrong for $5. I'm pretty sure it's like at least a $30-$40 jacket. I'm not going to open them up, but chaps, Harley Davidson chaps. Got these for $15. They look brand new as well. I mean, the lady was like, I think I wore them once. They look like it. They look like they've never been worn. Normally these sell for like $70-$80, sometimes up to $100. So for $15, I was sold. Can't go wrong there. Got a jersey for $1, 50 cents actually. Puma jersey. I don't know who the team is. If any of y'all want to drop a comment, let me know who the team is. That'd be amazing. But it's a Puma jersey, nothing special. It doesn't even have the name of a player. But in my experience, the soccer jerseys go decent. They go pretty decent. So for $1, you can't go wrong. I mean, even if it sells for $15, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. This is probably the biggest score of the day today. The Sony. I think this goes for about 100, 150. I got it for $5. So this wasn't a bad score. This is my best score of the day. A couple head drivers or head covers for the Callaway. So I'll probably list these. Got them for $1 each. I don't normally do head covers. Let me backtrack. I don't normally come across head covers for golf clubs because I'm not really in a golfing area. Golfing is not really big in my town. So yard sales don't usually have I mean, every yard sale, not every yard sale, a lot of yard sales will have like a set of golf clubs, but they're usually all really janky old. I've been to like in Georgia, when I go, and like Buford, Gainesville area is pretty heavy golfing community. So anytime I yard sale in that area, when I go visit my buddy, there's always tons of golf stuff and golf stuff galore and good golf stuff. But I don't really do golf stuff much because I'm not in a golf area. Don't have I mean, again, not like you won't come across it. You will if you're looking for it, but we're not really in a big golf town. We're in a military town. So just not something I hunt and get very often. But I saw Callaway. I know Callaway's good. I figured for $1 each, they're good. I looked them up. They sell for about $10 a piece. So I'll probably do them as a lot for $20. 2 to 20. Again, you can't go wrong, especially if it sells quick. And then this is a decent score as well. This was $20. I didn't even talk them down. I should have, but the Wagner Dutch oven, Wagner Dutch oven, still in the box. The guy said they only used it like a couple times, so it looked pretty minty still, looking pretty in a very, very nice condition still. So I was like, you know, $20. I'm pretty sure I can at least get 60 to 100, somewhere in that range out of it. So I was like, sold, I'll take it. It was the last sale of the day too, and I was maybe a little forced because he had another one. I almost got it, but then I was like, there's not enough margins in it. He had another one that was a Cabela's. He wanted 45. I was like, man, if I can only get 60 to 80 or 60, 70, then there's not enough meat there. If I can get 100 out of it, then, it's not terrible. So, but anyway, I ended up passing on it. I figured that one for 20 was a better option. It's the same size, 10-inch or 5-quart, 5-quart. So that's it. Not a ton. I also had a handful of video games. Let me grab them real quick since they're just right here. This was from the Endless Yard Sale. So I picked these up. These were these 3 were from today, which just coincident. I asked the lady if she had any video games, and she pulls out some video games, and I was like, I mean, how much? She said $1 a piece. I was like, sure, I'll take them. I was like, and none of them were like anything special. And I was like, I'll take them for $1 a piece. You know, I can use them as bundles and things like that. So I think I looked this one up. I was hoping this would be like a 10 spot. It's not even. So I was like, I think it's like $7. I was like, well, I'll just use it as a bundler. The Jordan 2K11, same thing. I knew that was nothing. This one I was a little intrigued with. I was like, maybe that's a $20 title. Maybe 10. So, and I'm going to keep it because I don't have it, because I'm just a video game nerd and collector. So, and it's CIB, it's sealed, it's in great shape. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep that one. Shell Shocked Nam 67. Never heard of it in my life. But it shows it goes for about $10 to $15. So, again, I'll keep this one for my collection. But that's all I got, guys. That's it for sales and sharing what I picked up. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Did I do good? Oh, and these games also. These I picked up yesterday at the 301 sale. So a lady had some games. Nothing crazy. Again, sometimes I pick up games for cheap, even if they're not good games for reselling, because I use them as bundlers. If you all been with me before, you know that I bundle games with my systems. So there's times where I just buy games, even if they're just filler games, for cheap, so I can use them to bundle with my systems. So this was more so along the lines of what I was where I was at with these. Freestyle might be $10. I'm gonna need to look that one up. Possibly that might be a sell by itself. Even Marby Men might be a sell by itself. I need to look them up. I haven't looked them up. This is the collector's edition, so I don't know. This one might be a $10 title. If you know video games, I do put them up for $9.99 plus shipping, or well, $9.99 free shipping is my minimum. So if these are $10 titles, I'll put these up by themselves. These two I think might pop, maybe. If not, they'll be bundlers with a system. The next one, Test Drive, I already showed you, and they need to be resurfaced as well. All of them are pretty, they need a little help. So I do have a disc resurfacer. to do that. So Crush Hour, this one is actually like $10 actually. So this one I might sell by itself. And then Knockout Kings might be, that might be $10 too. I don't know. I need to look them up. And then the one that I thought was something, and then I realized it was only disc 2. I was like, ooh, that one's probably something. Street Fighter Collection. So on the fly, I'm in my car and I'm like, let me look that one up real quick because I bet that one's pretty good. And I'm like, ooh, $30 loose. Not CIB is like $45. And I was like, score for, you know, what is this, $6? I was like, hey, there you go. There's all I needed right there, is Street Fighter. Well, then I realized it's disc 2. So there's a disc 1 and I don't have that. So this might be $10 by itself once I resurface it, test it, make sure it loads. You know, it might be $10. I don't know what just the disc 2 goes for, but I know the game as a whole loose goes for 30. So hopefully that, you know, so you can't go wrong for $6, whether they're fillers or I happen to squeeze a few bucks out of them to make some money back and make a few bucks. You can't go wrong. So anyway, that's my thought process. That's the way my gears turn. Again, I do have the resurfacer. I forget what the name of it is. It's the one that spins the disc really fast, and some people rag on it. Some people say it's decent. I think it's decent. I mean, it does the job. It resurfaces. It makes it clean. It makes it look nice and pretty nice, pretty clean. As long as you don't have to sand it. If you have to sand it, then it's like a 50-50 shot whether it's going to work again at that point. Especially Wii games. Wii games, good luck. And GameCube games, good luck. If you end up sanding those, it's probably more like 25% chance it's still going to work. But if you have to sand them, that's when it gets hit and miss whether it's going to work. If you just need to buff them, and buffing will get a lot of the, I don't know if you can see it, but you know, a lot of the scratches and swirls and all that stuff, the buffing will get a lot of that out and make it look pretty good. And then it's just a matter of popping it in and seeing if it works and loads. And then if they're really bad, scratches are really bad, then you got to make a decision. Do I want to even try to do it? Is it worth it or not? If it's a cheap game, it ain't worth it. If it's a more expensive game, give it a shot. You know what I mean? But anyway, I will say that's helped a lot, the disc resurfacer, because then I can sell the games as, you know, they look pretty good. They look you know, very good condition versus like trash, because some of these may still load, but they look like absolute trash. At least a couple of them look really bad. So probably won't load, but you'll be surprised. Sometimes they still do. But then a customer gets it and they're like, oh my gosh, this looks terrible. You know, so you get it to buff out a bit, make it look kind of good again. And, you know, as long as it loads up and works still, you're good. Like I said, the sanding is the only time it becomes an issue. Typically, then it can become a problem. So that's all I got for you guys. Again, make sure you subscribe, follow, and all that good fun stuff. Hopefully, again, your sales are going well. Hopefully you've had some better luck at yard sales. I mean, I didn't do bad, but I didn't do great. So normally I'm spending $200-300 this weekend between both sales. Today I think I spent $60, and yesterday I spent like 85. So, but I got some pretty good stuff. I mean, there's certainly, I mean, this alone, what is 60 and 85? 140 something? I mean, this alone is like 1 to 150. I mean, that's, so just one item. Then the headlights, another like 70. So for sure, between this and the headlight, everything else is basically free. So anyway, so that's all I got for you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. You won't see me again until Monday. We certainly have sales to go over, so we'll be back on Monday. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think about anything that we covered. And that's all I got. Have a good, wonderful rest of your day, everybody. See you later.